Well, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us today. My apologies for being a few moments late. Oh my goodness, 8 minutes late today, friends. It's been a busy morning here at Breathe With Me Yoga, but we are so glad that you are here to join us for episode 16 of Storytime Yoga. I am Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. I'm so happy to be here today with today's featured story, friends. Today's story is all about Punk the Skunk, and today Punk the Skunk learns to say sorry. And sometimes we all do that, friends. Sometimes we all learn how to say sorry when we've done something that is upsetting to someone, or we've done something that just isn't right. So today we are going to learn to say sorry with Punk the Skunk. Punk the Skunk has been written by Misty Black. Misty Black is our author today. So if you do enjoy the book as much as I have enjoyed this book, and I will enjoy reading it to you today, please do check out the link in the comments section with this video to purchase your own copy of Punk the Skunk Learns to Say Sorry. So if you're just joining us now, please do put hashtag live in the comments, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, and everyone put hashtag busy kids. It's so nice to have you all with me today. I am going to step back to my mat, friends, and start class with our bell. So I encourage you to join me on your mat or your blanket or your piece of floor so we can get started. And I'm going to bring my cushion back here too, friends, because we will start with our breathing today. All right. So when I ring my bells, friends, you're going to get seated in crisscross applesauce or hero's pose, remembering that hero's pose is sitting on your legs with your bum back on your heels or on the floor in between your heels. Good job, my friends. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, friends, we will grab our breathing ball. So, remembering, friends, if you're just joining us for the first time today, as we breathe in, we're going to make our breathing ball nice and big as we fill our belly full of air. And as we breathe out and empty all that air from our belly, we're going to make our ball small. And if you don't have a ball at home, friends, you can use your hands and pretend that you have a ball. All right, sitting up nice and straight and tall, friends, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. Now remembering, friends, we're breathing in through our nose and either out through our nose or out through our mouth, whichever is most comfortable. And as we're breathing in, we're keeping those shoulders where they are. We're not hunching them up like this. We're just keeping them neutral, but our back is straight and tall. Okay? One more round of that, my friends. Breathing in and out. In and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. All right, Miss Mel is going to move her blanket out of the way here, and I'm going to move my cushion forward to start our story today. I'm so excited to learn with Punk the Skunk today. Do remember, friends, if you're just joining in, please do make a comment in the comments so I can say hello to all of our friends that are out there today. Please do put hashtag busy kids, hashtag live if you're watching live. And I'd love to say hello to all of our friends. So if you have joined us today, I will keep an eye on the comments and say hi to all of our wonderful friends. Oh, I didn't show you the cover of Punk the Skunk yet. Look at this lovely cover. Punk the Skunk Learns to Say Sorry. Isn't he the cutest little skunk you've ever seen? Look at him, by Misty Black. All right, friends. Okay. Punk the Skunk liked to tease. Normally, his teasing was harmless, but today was not a normal day. You see? I'm going to put it up close. You see Punk the Skunk? You see what this reminded me of, friends? You see Punk the Skunk right here, how he's got googly eyes on, and see that pose he's got? What does that remind you of, friends? All my friends that have been here for the last couple of weeks, what does that remind you of? It reminds me of warrior pose, friends. Punk the Skunk looks like he's in warrior pose. And I'm just going to step back. I'm going to make sure you can see Sometimes Miss Mel gets the camera so that it's chopping my head off. All right, there we go, friends. So we are going to do warrior pose. So we're going to take one big giant step first. Step out. Make your legs nice and wide, okay, friends? Now Miss Mel's going to go this way. It doesn't matter which way you go, but you're just going to point your feet in that direction. So I'm going to go that way, so I'm going to point my toes of this front leg in that direction, okay, friends? I'm going to just bring these toes in a little bit. I'm going to put my arms up, friends. Now all I'm going to do, I'm not going to move my body, I'm just going to bend that front knee and making sure that knee is over your ankle, so make a little room if you need to, making sure it's over your ankle, friends. So you can be up here if that's comfortable, you can be down here if that's comfortable, wherever it's comfortable for you, but let's be in warrior pose, friends. Beautiful warriors, you are all my warriors at home, and I love that Punk the Skunk starts out, even though he's teasing, he starts out in warrior pose. We're going to come up, friends, and all we're going to do is move our feet. So now I'm going to put those toes in that direction, okay, towards that wall, because I'm going to go to the other side, all right? So all I did was change my feet, friends. I'm going to bring my arms up, and I'm just going to bend that knee. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of room to make sure that my knee is over my ankle. And remember, I could be up here, I can be way down here, whatever's comfortable, wherever you're comfortable, friends. All right. This is our warrior pose. All of you wonderful warriors at home. This makes me feel like a warrior. It opens up your chest and it just makes you feel glorious, doesn't it, friends? That one makes me feel just glorious. All right, friends. Punk the Skunk is teasing. On this not so normal day, Punk did some not harmless teasing. It started at recess while playing jump rope. Punk, and we're going to find out on the next page what Punk did, but right now they're playing jump rope. So we're going to pretend that we're jump roping too, friends. We're going to do some squat hops. So come onto your mat or your blanket or your piece of floor. If you are practicing on a blanket today, it might be best to step off your blanket for this so that you don't get tangled up in your blanket. So we are standing up nice and straight and tall, and we are going to squat down, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're on your heels or not. It's probably better if you're on the tips of your toes instead of your heels so that you can hop, okay? So we're going to pretend we're jumping rope, okay? Squat and hop, squat and hop. And we're doing the squat on purpose because the squat is the actual yoga pose. I know we don't actually squat when we jump rope, but we're jumping the rope, okay? Squat and jump. It's going to take some balance, friends. Squat and jump. Let's see if you can do it faster than Miss Mel, too. Can you squat and jump faster? Good job, my friends. All right. So Punk snatched the rope and ran off. His best friends, Rudy the rabbit and Quilliam the porcupine, joined him, laughing. All right. So although it wasn't very nice, friends, we are going to run with them. Okay, so we're going to do running lunges, friends. Do you remember our lunges? So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Lunges. All right? So you can go as fast as you want, friends, because we're running. But let's do those lunges. I want to see the lunge, not just the run. Good job, my friends. Let me see the lunge. Well, friends. All right. Good job. I don't know about you, but my legs are burning already, friends. Okay. Punk wanted to make his friends laugh again. During a test, Punk blew spitballs at the back of Skit, the squirrel's head. Well, that's not very nice, but they are sitting in chairs in their classroom. See? So we aren't gonna do spitballs, friends. We're not gonna blow spitballs, friends. But we are gonna be in chair pose with Punk and all of his friends. So I'm gonna show you from the front. There's about this much room in between my legs, okay? So I'm gonna go sideways. And remembering when we do chair pose, friends, there's an imaginary chair behind us, okay? So I'm gonna put my arms up. And I'm going to sit back in that chair. And I could be up here, or I could be way down here. Whatever's comfy, friends. Just making sure that those arms are up. You can put them down like you're at the desk. With Punk and his friends, it might let you sit back a little more. But we're going to hold it. No spitballs, my friends. No spitballs today. But that's what Punk was doing. He was spewing spitballs. All right, friends. Good chair poses. I have some little friends off to the side that are pretending to do spitballs, friends. He didn't stop there. At lunch, Punk tripped Klutz the cat, who landed in his food. Oh my goodness, you see that? Poor Klutz the cat. Oh my goodness. So we are going to be Klutz the cat, friends, and we're not going to trip, but we are going to do cat pose. So when we do cat pose, my friends, we normally do it with cow. Often we will do cat and cow together. So we are going to come on our hands and our knees, okay? We're just going to be like this in a tabletop position. And we are going to do cat first. So that means that we are going to drop our head and our bum and bring our belly right up into a cat. So when we bring our belly up, we breathe out, okay? So we're going to breathe out, friends. Drop our head, drop our bum. This is cat. And then we're going to drop our belly and be cows. Breathing in. Breathe out, be a cat. Breathe in, be a cow. Drop that belly for the cow. Bring your belly in, drop your head, drop your bum, and be a cat. Good job, my friends. So sometimes people call that wave pose, and sometimes people call that cat and cow. It's very good for your back, my friends. It stretches out your back. On the car ride home, Punk wanted to have one last laugh. He quietly let out some of his super stinky skunk spray and chuckled. Oh my goodness, friends, he let out his skunk spray. Okay, do you see what they're doing? They're in the car and somebody's mama or papa is driving. So let's be that mama or papa driving. Let's come to our mats or our blankets or our piece of floor and let's pretend we're in that car. But let's pretend we don't smell the skunky smell, friends. So we are going to go into boat pose, my friends. And this is the little harder boat pose, not the easy one on our belly. This is the harder one. But we're going to keep our legs bent, okay? Because we would do this if we were driving a car anyway. We would have bent legs, all right? So I want to see your steering wheels. I want you to hold those legs up. This is all in your tummy muscles, friends. Hold those legs up and drive that car. Drive that car. Let me see it. Don't run into anybody. It's not bumper cars. It's just a regular car. Well, you could do bumper cars if you want. It might be fun if you have somebody beside you. Good job, my friends. That was all in your tummy, friends. I hope you felt it there. All right. So, we have a stinky car, friends. Only this time, his friends weren't laughing with him. I don't think I'd be laughing at Stink either. Roll the window down, Quilliam choked. I can't. It's stuck, Rudy gasped. Better duck, guys, Quilliam yelled. His quills shot around the car like angry little arrows. Punk's friends glared through watery eyes. Oh, come on, guys. It was just a joke, Punk said. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about you, but I do not want to be in that car. So what else is around there, friends? I think right here we see some trees. So let's pretend we're trees in the nice, unstinky breeze and not in that car. So let's come to your mat or your piece of floor. And we are going to stand here in mountain pose, okay, friends? And remembering when we do stand in a standing pose, we want to have the base of our big toe, our little toe, and our heel on the floor, okay? So I'm going to do that with one standing leg. I'm going to lift the other leg. I'm going to get my balance, okay? And if balance is an issue, I'm just going to tripod like this with my toes on the floor. If I'm okay with my balance, I'm going to bring my foot above my knee or below my knee, but not on my knee. And into prayer pose, friends. Now if I'm steady with my balance, I can bring my arms out to be a tree, and I can be a tree that waves in the wind. I want to be a tree that waves in the wind right now because I want to get rid of that stink. I do not want to smell Punk the skunk stink. Do you? Let's wave in the wind, friends. All right, calm down. We're going to switch sides. So I'm going to lift the other foot. I'm going to get my balance. And remember, it can be tripod down here, or I'm going to bring my foot above or below my knee, not on. And I'm going to come to prayer pose. And if my balance is good, I can bring my arms out and I can sway in the wind. I can be still too. Or I can sway in the wind and I can tell the wind to take away that stinky Punk the skunk smell. Good job, my friends. All right. Let's see if they got rid of the smell. I hope they did. All right. The next day, no one wanted to play with Punk at recess. No one sat by him in class, and no one ate with him at lunch. Look at poor Punk. Do you see him there? Look at that poor Punk. He's devastated. He is so sad. And you know what I do sometimes if I'm sad? And I think maybe some of my friends do too. I just looked over and saw one of my friends in a dressy dress. You know what I do sometimes when I'm sad, friends? I do mouse pose. Because we talked about the other day how mouse pose sometimes help with anxiety too, right? So maybe Punk's feeling some anxiety as well as being sad. So we're going to come and we're going to sit in hero's pose with our bum on our heels, okay? Not in between our heels this time, just with our bum on our heels. And we're going to put our forehead to the floor. Now you can go like this with your hands on the floor, or you can have your hands beside you. So we're going to go down like this with our hands underneath our forehead or with our arms beside us. But forehead is on the floor. I'm going to come up to guide you, friends, but you stay down. Forehead is on the floor. And this is called mouse pose. And when our forehead is on the floor, friends, it helps to relieve anxiety. It helps us to feel better. It helps to calm our head and helps us to feel better. So friends, I just want to point out one thing. If our bum comes up off of our heels when we're down in this wonderful mouse pose, then next time we can have a blanket beside us and we can just put a blanket in between to help with that, okay? We can sit back on the blanket. But for right now, just let that relax. Let your head relax. Good job, my friends. All right, friends. And his friends didn't offer him a ride home. Why are you being like this? I was only kidding around, Punk shouted as they drove away without him. Punk had a long time to think on his lonely walk home. Why is everyone so mad at me? They need to learn to take a joke. He stomped his feet to the beat of his angry thoughts. Now, you know what, friends? The way he's standing there, let me see if I can give you that. Whoop, my page dropped. The way he's standing there, he looks like his arms are kind of in eagle pose. Like he slumps down and he's upset because he doesn't understand. He's frustrated and upset, and he doesn't understand why people are mad at him. So let's come to our mat or our blanket or a piece of floor. And we're going to do eagle pose. So he's standing here like this. Upset. So that reminds me of going into our eagle pose, okay, friends? So first we'll do our legs. So we're going to do the same thing like we did with tree pose. We're going to pick up one leg, and we're going to bring it around this time. And so if we have trouble with balance, we can just put our toes on the floor like this. If our balance is okay, we can wrap our toes, okay? And then we're going to give ourselves a big hug. That's how Punk is standing. He's upset. But in our eagle pose right now, we're actually going to bring our arms up too, okay? And this, you're going to feel a big stretch across your shoulders, my friends. I want you to feel that stretch. Because we are doing Punk the Skunk's poses, but we're still getting our good stretches in. Good job, my friends. And we're going to do the other side. So remember which arm was on top. I know that this arm was on top. So I'm going to pick up, I'm going to wrap around. And if this is where I am, this is where I am. If I can pick up my toes and wrap them, that's good too. So I'm going to take the opposite arm and put it on top. And I'm going to be like Punk the Skunk. But now I'm going to get happy and I'm going to put my arms up. And I'm going to give myself a good big happy stretch across my shoulders. Good job, my friends. All right, a heavy weight settled on Punk's shoulders. He couldn't see through his tears. I know how he feels, friends. Then, splat. Do you see? He tripped over the turtle, his friend Turtle, and he splatted right in a puddle. Oh my goodness, friends. Let's come to our mat or our blanket or our piece of floor, and let's be turtles. This is called Tortoise Pose, which is another turtle. So we're going to sit with our legs wide apart. So kind of like we're going to go into forward bend, but our legs are wide apart, like in a V, instead of straight forward. And what we're going to do, friends, is we're still going to do a forward bend, but we're going to do something different with our hands, okay? So normally we just forward bend like this, right? And our hands are out. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to take my hands. I'm going to put them under my knees, and then I'm going to bend, okay? So if my knees are still bent, that's okay, because I want my hands under, okay? So this is what I'm doing, friends. You can't see all of my legs, but if my knees are still bent, that's okay, because I want my arms under. So do that forward bend. Ooh, Miss Mel is very stiff there. I can feel it today. Are you stiff there too, friends? See all of this sitting around at home. Miss Mel has some work to do. I'm glad that we're doing Tortoise Pose today and stretching that out. If we've been sitting in chairs lots, friends, it's important to do that. And you know what? I encourage you to continue to do Tortoise Pose throughout the rest of this week, friends, and stretch that out. I know Miss Mel will. After helping Tim the turtle flip over, Klutz walked towards Punk. Even though you've been a bit of a bully lately, I know how it feels to trip and fall. Here, let me help you. Bully? Punk had never considered himself to be a bully before. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Did I go too far? Maybe my teasing wasn't funny after all. What can I do to make things better? Oh, I have an idea. Do you see what Punk's doing? He's sitting at a table and he's making cards. He's writing cards. So friends, we are going to be Punk's table. So come and join me on your mat or your blanket or your piece of floor. And let's be Punk's table. So we're going to sit on our bum and we're going to keep our knees bent, okay? And we're going to put our hands out behind us. So my fingers are facing my bum with my hands down, okay? I know it's hard to see with our camera angle there. And so all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lift my bum up into a table, okay? And I'm going to put my head back. I'm going to be a straight table. I'm looking to see you, friends. Good job, my friends. Lift that bum as much as you can and be a straight, flat table. Good job. The next day at school, Punk returned the jump rope to the girls and gave Skit a bag of roasted acorns, his favorite. Then Punk offered his lunch to Klutz and said, "Thanks for showing me how to be a good friend." After that, he gave rose petals to Rudy and Quilliam and handed out apology notes to everyone he had hurt. You see? Everybody got apology notes. And the apology note, it's right here, friends. It said, "I'm sorry I sprayed you. I won't do it again on purpose. But in case it happens again by accident, use the rose petals for protection. I hope we can be friends again, Punk." When everyone looked up from reading their notes, they saw, I don't know what they saw, but we're going to pause for a minute because look what friend we now have. That we saw him at the beginning and now we see him again. It's a snake. So I think we should do Cobra Pose and read our apology letters in Cobra Pose. So friends, come to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. And I want you to come down on your bellies. Come down on your belly. You're going to point your toes behind you, friends. And your hands are going to be underneath your shoulder, looking straight forward. I want you to lift up those arms. Good job, friends. Now you're going to feel this stretch all the way from the front of your chest down to your waist. All across the front of your body. This is a good stretch, friends. Now pretend we're reading our letter. You can look down at the floor and read that apology letter from Punk and see all of those rose petals sitting there. Can you smell the rose petals? Good job. And I know we're snakes, but don't lick the rose petals. You can stick your tongue out. You can stick it out, but don't lick the rose petals. Good job, my friends. I'm going to push back and come out of snake pose like that. Good job, my friends. Punk and the rose petals sticking out of his nose. That's what they saw. Punk with the rose petals sticking out of his nose. When his friends started laughing, Punk knew he had been forgiven. It was the best feeling in the world. Do you see that, friends? Punk had been forgiven. All right, friends, what a wonderful story about saying you're sorry, but also about forgiveness, too. And knowing that when you say sorry, that you can be forgiven for everything that you've done. That was just a wonderful story, friends. Okay, friends, it is time to lay down in our relaxation. I'm just getting our story here together. Please, I invite you to find your yoga mat or your blanket or your piece of floor. Lay down on your back with your hands beside you and your palms facing up. Good job, my friends. And today, I think we're going to lay on a bed of rose petals. Now, remembering, friends, when we lay on rose petals, there's no thorns. So you don't have to worry about anything pricking you on this bed of rose petals. They're light and they're fluffy and they have a lovely scent, friends. Can you smell the scent of the rose petals? It's lovely. So you're in this bed of rose petals. It's light and fluffy and it's supporting your body. I want you to relax your shoulders. Relax your chest and your waist. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your legs and your feet. Good job, my friends. Taking up a big bunch of rose petals, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them in your hands. Smell them. Give them a good sniff and then let them go. And let your hands relax. And then squinch up your toes, squinch them really tight, and then let them go. And let your feet just drop off to the side. I want you to go right into your shoulder blades, the back of your shoulder there, and I want you to make sure you're not hunching. Just let it all go. And I want you to go to your bum. I know that sounds funny. Go to your bum, and make sure you're not clenching your bum either. Make sure it's just loose. Let it go. Let everything lay there. And as we lay in this big, beautiful bed of rose petals, let's listen to all of the sounds around us. Let's listen to the flies buzzing by. Let's listen to the rustle of the wind in the trees. Let's listen to Punk and all of his friends playing around us. Good job, friends. Let's feel the sun out in the meadow beating down on our face. Feel how good it feels. And at this moment, I want you to go back to where Punk realized that he was sorry. But also go back to when his friends forgave him and think about that feeling of what it feels when you're sorry about something and someone forgives you. I want you to take that feeling, that good, wonderful feeling of love when somebody forgives you, and I want you to send it through your entire body. I want you to give it to your chest and your bum. I want you to give it to your arms and your hands, to your legs and your feet. And most of all, I want you to take that wonderful, loving feeling and I want you to give it to your head and your heart, and hold that feeling so tightly in your heart, knowing that when you're sorry for something and you say you're sorry and someone's going to forgive you, that it's the best feeling in the world to make amends. Good job, my friends. And I want you to take that feeling of love and say quietly to yourself, inside your head, I am healthy. I am loved. Good job, my friends. And take that feeling of love and forgiveness. And I want you to send that love out to everybody around you. Send it to mommy and daddy. Send it to your brothers and sisters that might be around you. Send it to all of your family members that are at their houses, grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and cousins. Send it to all of your neighbors. Send it to all of your friends and teachers at school, and send it to everybody out in your community, and most of all, send it to the helpers. Send it to all of those helpers out there, wherever they may be, in hospitals and doctors' offices and pharmacies and grocery stores and borders and airports and all of those places. Send it everywhere. And then bring it back inside you. And hold it in your heart. Good job, my friends. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, you can roll to one side and bend your knees, bringing your knees into your chest. And slowly wake yourself up. Now, if you're yawning and you're ready for a nap, friends, it's okay to take a nap now. Otherwise, slowly wake yourself up. Shake out your toes in your hands. And when you're ready, come and join me on my mat. Coming to crisscross applesauce or hero's pose, friends. We will ring our bells to end class. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Coming into prayer pose. Namaste. I feel good in every way. The goodness in me sees the goodness in all of you. Thank you so much for joining me, friends, for episode 16 of Storytime Yoga, where today we read about Punk the Skunk and how he learned to say sorry by Misty Black. So, friends, if you enjoyed that book as much as I did, please go to the link in the comments section in the description there and purchase your own copy, and you'll be able to watch this video at home and follow along with the book yourselves. Thank you so much for joining today, friends. I am Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. Again, if you are watching the replay, please do put #replay and #busykids in the comments. We look forward to you joining us tomorrow for episode 17. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, my friends. Sending love to all.